Second half of the Major League Baseball season is here, which means it's a perfect time to do some power rankings. Now, I updated my season predictions. If you guys haven't seen that, check out the channel. It'll be in the video section. And now it's time to update the power rankings. I've been doing these every month, but I kind of waited a little bit for the last one because I knew the All-Star break was coming up, and that would be the perfect time to update it. So let's go ahead and go over the power rankings for the MLB season currently post All-Star break. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it. That's the best way to show your support on the channel, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the baseball content coming at you. Get in the comments section down below. Let me know what rankings you agree or disagree with, and drop me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc, links in description, as well as those MLB The Show fans. I'm bringing back MLB The Show on YouTube. Link in the description down below to my new channel, GiraffeNeck Gaming, for MLB The Show content. Let's rank some teams. At the number 30 spot, it is blatantly obvious who we're talking about here. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks. Boy, does this team stink. They had that huge losing streak like a month or two ago, and they just have not been able to recover. They're 27-68. They are 32.5 games out of first place in the West, 27.5 out of the wild card. It's the worst team in baseball. It's just very, very obvious. Second worst team in baseball, Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are also really, really bad. Not a lot of pitching. The hitting, you know, you got Trey Mancini, you got Cedric Mullins, kinda it. This team is really bad. Can't wait till Adley gets called up because it's gotta be soon, because there's just not a lot of major league talent on this roster. Number 28, yes, they just destroyed my New York Mets in the season series, but it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. You look at this lineup, while there are, again, some good players there, you got Brian Reynolds, Brian Hayes, even Adam Frazier. Again, that's about it. There's not much talent there. They're bottom dwellers in the National League Central, which is one of the weakest divisions in baseball. Not a very good team. And this team friggin' lost to them. Number 27, sticking in the Central here, this time American League, Kansas City Royals. A lot of these teams here are going to be sellers. I fully expect the Royals to be along those lines, dumping off some pieces here. They're not playing good baseball. They're in last place in their division. I don't think it's going to get much better for them. Weak pitching. The bullpen, which we thought would be a little bit stronger, has not been amazing. And the offense, there's just not a lot of great stuff going on in Kansas City. Despite actually having some talent on that roster, they're not playing well. Number 26, the Texas Rangers. The Rangers somehow had 3 All-Stars: Adolis Garcia, Joey Gallo, Kyle Gibson. But outside of those 3 guys, there is not a lot there. They're last place in the American League West by a pretty decent margin. And just like these other teams, it's only going to get worse. They might trade Gallo. They might trade Kyle Gibson. They might trade anybody who's a competent Major League Baseball player, because this Texas Rangers team, full rebuild mode. Not doing so hot. Number 25, it's no longer a surprise, but the Minnesota Twins. I can't believe how bad they are. Jose Barrios has got to be on his way out. Maybe even Byron Bucks and some other players. They just have not been able to turn this season around. While they are playing better, they're still not playing very good. 4th place in the AL Central behind a team like the Tigers. That's a rough season for the Twins, who had playoff aspirations. 24, Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are weird. They cannot win on the road. At home, they're actually a very solid team, but on the road, they can't do it. They have more walk-off wins than they do road wins. That's never happened, I think, before in the history of Major League Baseball. MLB Random Stats tweeted it out. Story, kind of it offensively. Ryan McMahon, Charlie Blackmon's not that good anymore. This team is extremely weak. German Marquez is going to get dumped off at some point. It's not looking great for the Rockies in the Mile High City. Number 23, the Miami Marlins, and this is really where I think there's like that next tier of teams. The Marlins are in last place in the NL East, but I think they're a much better team than the ones that we just mentioned, despite being in last place. The Marlins have great pitching. Pablo Lopez, Alcantara, Trevor Rogers. That's a really good 3-headed monster. The bullpen has some decent arms. Offensively, weak. Jazz has cooled off, just got hurt. Adam Duvall's kind of their big guy right now, and Starling Marte, Jesus Aguilar, but they're just not that good, but they are in a different tier than the teams we just previously mentioned. Number 22, another National League East team here, the Washington Nationals. The Nationals just aren't very good. Since they lost Kyle Schwarber, it's really gone downhill. They have little to no offense outside of Trey Turner and Juan Soto, and when you're playing Alcides Escobar every day, you're in trouble. Max Scherzer's sick. It's kind of it with this team. There's not a whole lot going on here in Washington that you should be excited about. Sorry, Darius. At the number 21 spot, just missing the top 20, the Detroit Tigers. Shout out to my boy Chris Castellani. The Tigers have been getting hot, and they've been climbing these power rankings slowly but surely. Are they going to be a playoff team? Absolutely not. But this is what you expected to see with an AJ Hinch-led team. He's a great manager with great young players there. They're starting to play some good baseball, competitive baseball. They don't just lay down anymore. So I'm happy to see the Tigers playing well, but they're still just outside the top 20. At the number 20 spot, getting the top 20 started, we got the Chicago Cubs, who could quickly become one of the worst teams in baseball because they are going to be selling. Chris Bryant's playing well. Get rid of him. Get something for him. Get rid of Javi Baez. Maybe get rid of Anthony Rizzo. Kyle Hendricks, Craig Kimbrell. It feels like nobody on this team is safe because they are not going to make the playoffs. They were hot and they have been ice cold since playing the Mets in that series. It's just not a very good team. They don't have the pitching to compete. Number 19, the Atlanta Braves. Another National League East team here. Very disappointing season. They lost Ronald Acuna Jr., which is a killer. Marcell Ozuna's not playing, of course, because of the domestic violence stuff. Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies are really going to have to hold this team down because there's just not a whole lot of offense coming out of it other otherwise, and the pitching, specifically the bullpen, has not been very good. This Braves team is in danger of having a really, really bad season. Didn't help that Ronald Acuna goes down either. And Ozuna. And Soroka. They've had some injury issues. At number 18, the St. Louis Cardinals. Another very disappointing team in the National League, this time in the Central. Just like a lot of these teams here, they don't really have the pitching. The bullpen's been great. Alex Reyes, the pride of Elizabeth, New Jersey, has been lights out. Gallegos, I mean, they got arms out there. I mean, Jack Flaherty was their man, but he's on the 60-day IL. Kwang Young Kim, fake good. Wainwright, John Gant, again, fake good. This pitching staff is going to regress at some point, and they're still not playing that well. The bullpen's obviously sick still. You've got Arenado, Goldschmidt, O'Neill. That's kind of it for this team. Carlson's cooled off. Gottie's really not having a good year. I don't want to hear it. He has a 693 OPS. Not that good, the Cardinals. Number 17, the Angels. And the Angels could be dangerous. If they go out on the trade deadline and trade for some friggin' pitching, this team could make the playoffs maybe. Mike Trout's coming back. Otani's the MVP. Rendon's going to start to play better at some point. David Fletcher's starting to heat up. Justin Upton's had a really nice season. Jared Walsh is sick. They just called up Brandon Marsh, Max Stassi. They need some pitching. Get them pitching, please. This team could be good. They're at 17 right now with a chance to really climb up. Just missing out that middle spot here. Number 16, I'm going with the Philadelphia Phillies, who have been playing better of late, but I'm still not a believer in this team. Are they fourth place? Probably not, because the rest of the division's weak, but they're not very good, I don't think. Aaron Nola having a little bit of a down year. Zach Wheeler has been sick in that rotation. They're not getting much out of the starting pitchers. The bullpen's atrocious. The offense is what keeping them there. They will score some runs here. JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, Reese Hoskins, Andrew McCutchen when he's healthy. Haven't really gotten any production out of Alec Boehm yet. Gene Segura's been good. I'm not a believer in this Phillies team, but they're about middle of the pack, I think, and I know they're coming close to these Mets. Number 15, middle of the pack here, Cincinnati Reds. Reds got that pitching, of course, that's always very strong. Sonny Gray having a great year. Wade Miley, go figure, having a great year. Castillo's been turning around. Tyler Mahley's been solid. Mahley, I don't know how to say it. The bullpen stinks, but so does the Phillies. And offensively, Joey Votto's been fine. Jonathan India's been really nice. Jesse Winker and Nick Castellanos, all-stars, mashing. There's something cooking here for the Reds. They could be a dangerous team. But again, need some pitching, specifically in that bullpen if they want a shot. 14, the Cleveland Indians. The Indians are what they always are. Great pitching, great bullpen, not a lot of offense. You got Bieber, you got Savali, you got Plesac. You got a really, really strong bullpen with Clase, Karinchak. And I know Bieber and Savali are hurt, but these guys are going to come back at some point. I think right now they're a little weak because the depth isn't strong in Cleveland, and you combine that with a terrible offense, it's tough to win games. But Franmil and Jose Ramirez are trying their best, and this team still remains in the playoff hunt. 14. 13, flying up this list, the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners are playing good baseball. They're playing hot. They're in contention for a playoff spot. Let's go Mariners. I don't particularly understand how or why, but they're playing good baseball. Let's give them some credit. Mitch Haniger, Ty France, JP friggin' Crawford, having great years offensively. Jake Fraley was playing well before he got hurt. And then on the pitching side, Kendall Graveman continues to be untouchable. They're getting good production out of Paul Sewell, JT Charjois, I don't know how to say his name, Drew Steckenrider. And pitching-wise, they're doing enough to keep it close. Kikuchi, Logan Gilbert, Justin Dunn before he got hurt, Chris Flexen. I don't know what's happening over in Seattle, but something's good, and they're a playoff contender. They could be some buyers at the deadline. I'd love to see it happen. Those Mariners fans deserve it. Number 12, the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. The Bronx Bombers have been struggling. Now, yes, they just won a series against the Red Sox, so that's big for their psyche. But this team it feels like they're in trouble. Judge, Stanton, Gary, it's about the only guys who feel like they're really playing well. Glaber's still not very good. And when I say still not very good, I mean this season they're having injury problems. LeMahieu has just fallen apart. Rougned Odor has somehow been okay, but you're playing Chris Gittins, Tyler Wade, Greg Allen, Ryan LeMaire because of injuries. It's tough. And on the pitching side, you got Garrett Cole, who's still an ace, but Montgomery, Tyone, Herman, a little sketchy. Kluber's still hurt. The bullpen, Chad Green is holding it down. Chapman has looked human. This team's got some holes here. They need to make some moves to go to that next level. They're out of the playoffs, but they're still one of the better teams on paper. The injuries are just hurting them. And then just outside the top 10 at number 11, I got my favorite team, the New York Mets, who could be in big trouble. Jacob deGrom and Francisco Lindor both hit the IL just as everyone was coming back healthy. We start to get hurt again. We just lost a series to the Pirates, lost the season series to the Pirates, so it's not an easy pill to swallow, but I do believe when this team is at their best, they're pretty solid. It's just that these deGrom and Lindor injuries could change everything. So they're number 11 with the chance to drop far here. Mets need to make some moves very, very soon. Starting to get a little worried. Still in first place. Top 10 here at the number 10 spot, third place in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays are a very, very good team, offensively loaded. Vlad Jr. I mean, just Vlad Jr. That's all we need to talk about. Bo Bichette too. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Springer's back. He's healthy. He's looking good. Got Teoscar Hernandez. You got Marcus Semien. They're loaded. Pitching wise, Robbie Ray has been, he's been fantastic. Hyunjin Ryu is still good. The bullpen, decent, pretty solid. They need some pitching help though. Get them some pitching help. They can be a playoff team. Number 9, the Oakland A's out west in the Bay Area. A's are so close to that first place spot in the American League West. Olsen's having a sick year. Chris Bassett, Sean Manaea have been great on the rotation. Of course, the bullpen lights out as it always is. You know, this one's gonna hurt hurt me, but Jed Lowry's playing well. Can't believe it. Ramon Laureano, Mark Canha. The A's are just doing what the A's always do. Be a very good team, despite not having necessarily the greatest team on paper. Like, only the A's would get value out of Tony Kemp. And that's what they're doing. Number 8, the Boston Red Sox. Dropping them down a little bit here. Maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I think until Chris Sale comes back, this team could be in a little bit of trouble. The pitching, I feel like, is starting to get exposed a little bit here. The offense can only carry it so much. Offense is sick, by the way. They need Sale back. They need an ace. They need someone who can step in and just be lights out for them. Help out that bullpen a little bit. Get some more bullpen arms. Maybe Craig Kimbrell. They're still very good. They're in first place in the American League East. They're a playoff team, but I'm pumping the brakes on the Red Sox a little bit here. I think we need to come back down to earth a little bit more. I'm gonna put them at 8, but that feels wrong, but I'm sorry. I think until you have that pitcher, I need to keep you around here because there are some teams who are coming in strong now. One of those teams being the Tampa Bay Rays. Here come the Tampa Bay Rays. They are getting good. The trade deadline's coming up. You know they're gonna make a move or two. The Rays are dangerous. The bullpen's just so sick. I mean, like, everybody in that bullpen is disgusting. Offensively, you got Arozarena, you got Joey Wendell, you got Meadows, you got G-Man Choi, Wander, Brandon Lau's heating up, Yandy, Mike Zunino, Vidal Brujan's gonna hit. They're gonna score some runs. And it doesn't take a lot of runs for them to win. While the starting rotation isn't amazing because you're missing Glasnow, the bullpen is just simply locked down. Rays don't lose games that they have a lead in. Number 6, the Chicago White Sox. Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon, disgusting. Lucas Giolito, good still. Even Dylan Cease giving them some innings. Dallas Keuchel. But of course, it's Lynn and Rodon holding it down. Offensively, I mean, just everybody's hitting. Anyone you could think of on this team is going to hit. Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada, Andrew Vaughn, Yasmani Grandal, even though he's hurt, Jose Abreu. The list goes on, and they're getting Eloy back soon. Maybe even Luis Robert soon. This team's just so good. They're really, really good. Getting the top 5 started at the number 5 spot, San Diego Padres. Padres are loaded at every position. You got Jake Cronenworth. You got Tatis, who's one of the best players in baseball. Machado, Trent Grisham. Tommy Pham's even heated up a little bit as we've gone on in the season. The pitching, Yu Darvish, even though he's on the IL, still good. Blake Snell at home is good. Joe Musgrove has been great. Bullpen, one of the best bullpens in baseball. This is one of the best teams in baseball. They're number 5. At number 4, Milwaukee Brewers. Christian Yelich is starting to heat up. Willy Adames might be an MVP for this team. He's been so great. They play amazing defense. Omar Narvaez can hit, and he's catching well. The pitching, that's where it comes in. The bullpen lights out. Josh Hader, that's all you need to know. Josh Hader, and then everyone else is also really good, like Devin Williams, Brent Suter. I'm sure I'm missing a couple names here, but everyone in that bullpen pitches well. And then the rotation, Woodruff, Burns, Peralta. 3 all-stars right there. The pitching is unreal for this team. Again, they got a lead. They don't lose it, just like the Rays. They're Rays North. Number 3, going with the Houston Astros. I think the Astros are the best team in the American League West. I also think they're going to make a big move. The pitching's been great. Framber coming back has been awesome. You got Greinke, you got McCullers, Urquidy, Christian Javier. The list goes on and on. Luis Garcia, I forgot about him. They have like 6 legitimate good starting pitchers. Odorizzi, the bullpen, that probably needs the most help, but Ryan Presley is locked down. One of the best closers in the league right now. And then offensively, everybody's really good. Gurriel, Correa, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Tucker. Maybe get a center fielder, Starling Marte, who knows? Yordan Alvarez, I forgot about him. This team's loaded. This team is my World Series favorite right now in the American League. They're so good. At the number 2 spot, just missing out on the best team in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Trevor Bauer's out. It's not going to be back for a while. Not good stuff over there. The rest of this team is clicking on all cylinders. Kershaw, Buehler, Urias. Tony Gonsolin has a 2 ERA. The bullpen is locked down. Kenley Jansen, Blake Trinan. David Price has been great. Victor Gonzalez and Jimmy Nelson hurt. They've been sick. The Dodgers just put anybody in and they do amazing. And then offensively, Will Smith, Max Muncy, McKinstry's back, Justin Turner, AJ Pollock, Chris Taylor, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. Oh, the list goes on and on. This team is so sick. They're so good. And they really haven't even played well yet this year. That's what's scary. Coming in at number 1, the San Francisco Giants. Until the Giants lose that lead in the National League West, I'm going to put them as the number 1 team. If you can be in first place there, you're doing something right, and the Giants seemingly are, especially with a roster that doesn't compare to the teams behind them in the Dodgers and Padres. Gabe Kapler, you continue to prove me wrong. I was right about you up until this year, but you figured it out with the Giants in San Francisco now, and this team's scary good. I don't know how, I don't know why, but they are good. They almost play a little bit of Rays baseball. Pitching-wise, Gaussman's sick. Tony Disco's been great. Alex Wood, Logan Webb. I mean, they're just pulling guys out of their butt at this point. The bullpen, everyone's been good. McGee, Rogers, Alvarez, Harlan Garcia, Zach Little, Littell, I don't even know how to say his name. Caleb Beauregard, I don't even know how to say his name either. Dominic Leone. The Giants sprinkle some magic fairy dust on their pitchers and they all become fantastic, similar to what you see with the Rays. Keep an eye out for that. And then offensively, well, Posey, Belt, Longoria, all on the IL. They were all playing very well, drinking from the fountain of youth. Brandon Crawford, I mean, what What is going on there? That guy's unbelievable this year. He's hitting 286. He has a 546 slugging. He's having the best season of his career at 34. Donovan Solano, Alex Dickerson, Steven Duggar, Mike Yastrzemski, Wilmer, Darren Ruff, Lamont Wade Jr. I mean, I'm naming off guys that you probably haven't heard of, and they're playing incredibly well. The Giants, they're the best team in baseball until they let up that first place spot. And it's the Dodgers and the Giants are too. Oh no. So those are my power rankings for the MLB teams so far post All-Star break. I'd love to know what you think down in the comments section below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc, links in the description, as well as a link to my MLB The Show channel, GiraffeNeck Gaming. Thank you guys for watching. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.